Welcome to the 5th cross-platform show video. Sorry it's taken us a while to get one of these up and running again. We'll try to get back into the routine of getting one out every second week. It's been a bit of a roller coaster with the economy in Zim. This week we've got a new sort of Zimbabwean gaming brand that we're introducing. We've partnered with it's the same company that have brought quality brands to Zimbabwe like Canon and Brother, and they're introducing their own line of gaming computers, their own brand, which they've called Oasis Vision. It's a premium quality range of desktops that they're building, from enterprise business desktops to high-end gaming machines. So these are premium built machines. They're using high quality products from the chassis, which is Silverstone, through to gigabyte graphics cards and motherboards, but on the gaming range of those particular products, I think Cursor RAM and Western Digital on the actual hard drives. But we'll take a look at what's in the one that they've given us to review on this video.
Yeah. So the model that we've got to review, it's part of their extreme gaming brand, which they have labeled RIG, R-I-I-G, which stands for Real Independence in Gaming. It would normally come with an RTX 2070, but as they're still waiting on stock to arrive for that, they've put in a RX Vega 64, and they've also given us a GTX 1060 to compare it with.
So we're going to be putting this machine up against the benchmarks that we've done on ours, as well as any guests we've had on the show, which is so far Kyle. I think everyone else has maybe been a bit busy with everything going on around. But if you are a gamer and you have got a machine, or you'd like to be on the show and get your computer benchmarked against those we've done so far, please get in touch with us. We would really like to maybe get a little more interaction with the community going on the show.
Wow, that looks nice.
That is a nice looking computer. Yes. Okay, so from what I can see, the side panel comes off with front facing screws. That's nice. And that's actual glass, that's not Perspex. Definitely put that there. Air cooled, not water cooled, but that's a nice cooler.
Something I think that we should just mention now is they are aiming for these computers, for the whole Oasis Vision brand, to be fully customizable for anyone looking to purchase one. So yeah, they'll basically have, they're looking at trying to get a website up at the moment, but for now we're going to try and get a list from them on what is available, and then you would piece together the build that you wanted.
So a wide range of cards, motherboards, coolers, depending on your budget and need. Yeah, let's get it turned on and get the benchmarks going.
Yeah.
So this is the rig that they've given us to test. Like Tim said,
R-I-I-G.
This is the one with the RX Vega, and they've also given us the GTX 1060 to swap out with, whilst the 20 series arrives in Zimbabwe for custom builds. And it is on. First thing we've noticed is that there's this really cool RGB icon.
So we really need to try.
So we want to see what is RGB lighting. I'm not sure if it's the case or it's the board. So the RGB works on the motherboard. Close RGB fusion, yes. Has it gone back to red?
Nope, it's still purple.
Nice. Alright, so this is the benchmark part of the video. We've lined up the same programs that we've used against our machines, which is 3D Mark, Cinebench and Userbench. See how that stacks up against our personal machines and Kyle's. And we've also put in Passmark performance test, which breaks down a component-based benchmark, which is what the sort of gaming community in Zimbabwe has been using. So we wanted to see how this stacked up on those benchmarks, since it's the gaming community that will possibly be interested in purchasing these machines. Right, what are we going to go with first?
And Userbench.
Fine. Okay. Userbench. Okay, the moment we're waiting for. 105? Okay, so it's about the same as a GTX 1080. Ah, it's so close to being a UFO for desktop and a UFO for workstation.
It's pretty hectic.
It's a nice build. It's got some concerns. The graphics card is performing below 19th percentile. Okay, so at first glance, it appears to be slightly underperforming for the hardware that it actually has. The CPU is in the 33rd percentile of other people with this exact CPU, which means that 67% of people with the CPU got better results from their benchmarks. 87% of people with this graphics card got better results from their benchmarks. 62% of people with this solid state drive got better results with their drive. So we'll look into that just now and see if all the drivers are up to date and if the firmware doesn't need updating on the motherboard. But otherwise, it's a clean install. There shouldn't really be anything holding it back.
Yeah.
But still, it's a good PC.
It's knocking or coming close to the top of all the benchmarks that we've done. I think let's mix it up and do performance test. Then we can see how each component stacks up against ours. This isn't a test we've actually done as the cross-platform before, but it's what all of the gamers in Zimbabwe are using. So we've got our pass mark performance test results here. We have Bradley at the bottom of each of them. Top of pass mark results is Shalon, CPU, Shalon again, 3D graphics, Kirsty, 2D graphics, Kirsty, storage, Kyle with an NVMe, and RAM, Kyle.
Storage is miles.
Miles. Yeah, the only thing we've noticed about this build that would make a considerable difference in the increase on the benchmark results and your overall performance, especially with turning it on, is putting an NVMe drive. So it's got a solid state drive, which is 6 gigabits per second, but not an NVMe drive, which takes advantage of parallel access. So pretty much 8 times the speed of a standard SSD. So the keyboard and mouse that they've given us with this unit is a Go Free Tech. It's not a bad quality. It would definitely be more ideal for the business range machines that they build. The keys are a bit short traveled and close together for gaming. There'd definitely be some key crunching going on in this corner.
They are planning on bringing in Red Dragon, which is a gaming brand of keyboard and mouse. So we'll keep you updated on when that happens, and if there's anything you're specifically looking for, just feel free to get in touch with us and we can see what they're going to do for us.
And they offer quite a huge range of hardware on these builds. I mean, the Rig, which is this build here, they've got the Rig Micro, Horizon Pro, Horizon Micro, and a Mirage. We have got a Mirage with us, so after we're done with this machine, we'll unbox a Mirage and take a look at how that one performs. The CPUs that they give as options for installation are i3, i5, i7, i9, Xeon, Ryzen 5, and Ryzen 7 Threadrippers, which would be quite nice to see in Zimbabwe for those that play Team Red.
Okay, just to clarify, when we say Team Red and Team Green, we mean Team Red is AMD and Green is Nvidia. No
Political affiliations.
Yeah. Just gotta put that out there.
RAM is a wide variety of choices on the DDR4 front. Hard drives ranging from 250 gig NVMe's to 4 terabyte SATA drives. GPUs, GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, 1070, 1080 Ti, the RTX series with the 2070, 2080, and the Vega, AMD Vega 64, which we're currently running in this machine. Optical drive options, power supplies ranging from 500 watts through to 1 gigawatt, dual PCU for service chassis, and a variety of accessories. So it's quite a variety of hardware that they're providing for their builds. And what will be nice is they're looking at a sort of component-based build system where you have a website that you would choose exactly what you want from the cases available. If they're already in stock in the country, it could be built right away, but they could pretty much bring in anything from Silverstone. So a huge variety of machines available, and really awesome that the majority of the components gamers will normally go for are available locally and in stock.
And at pretty decent pricing as well. Yeah, so this build as it is now would be 2,529 US, which really is pretty comparable if you're looking at getting something of this spec. And then we will, as mentioned earlier, try and get some pricing on everything else out to you guys.
Okay, so CPU wise, so total score of 6,089. That is the top of our benchmark so far. CPU score of 15,772 is one of the main reasons. This is a i7-8700 running at 3.2 gigahertz, so it's a lot better than any of our machines. So that's 15,000 versus the first place was me with almost 11,000. So that's a nice build. And then 2D graphics, previously Kirsty was at the top with 933, this is 1,025. 3D graphics, that fits in 5th place. So Kirsty's at the top with a GTX 1080, Shalon, that's me, second with a 1080, Tim third with a 1070, Kyle with a reference card 1080, and then this card comes in with the RX Vega 64 at 12,000 points, followed by Brad with 10,000 points with his GTX 980. 2D we've done. Storage. So this is the biggest increase that this machine could have. I think we've actually got a brand new 970 Evo NVMe drive that we're going to try run the same benchmark with to see what a difference it makes. Currently at the top of our benchmark charts is Kyle with 15,000 points on his NVMe drive, and this is scored 4,288. So it shows what a big difference NVMe actually does make for your storage. Second place with a normal SSD was me at 4.5, and Tim at 4.5, as well as Kirsty at 4.5. So it's I think what you'll find with SSDs is when you tend to go with larger sizes, that's not necessarily a good choice on performance, because the same access is given to the cells, just there are more of them. So the read and write actually goes down slightly with bigger drives, and the faster, bigger drives tend to be a lot more expensive. So this is your sort of consumer grade 500 gig SSD, which is perfect for the average gamer. But if you're just looking to kill the benchmark charts and load Anthem or Anthem. What's the last game we played? I think it took us with normal SSDs about a minute to load, and Kyle with his NVMe was in 10 seconds. So if you're going to use it for game storage, the money grows on trees.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Got a few of those trees.
What's next? Memory, 3,125. That's first place for everything we've got here. It's a pretty decent build.
All in all, yeah, it's quite nice.
Right, next up we have 3D Mark, the gamer's benchmark, which breaks down your overall build in terms of GPU capability and CPU capability for gamers. Okay, so we have our 3D Mark results in. Total score of 6,189.
Crazy.
We have Tim's machine at 5,800 total, and Shallon's PC at 6,300 total. Ha! I beat it. Kirsty's machine at 3,800 total. That's interesting. It's not
That must be the old one, surely.
Yeah, that's not updated. Okay, we'll check on that. Kyle's machine at 4,900 total. Okay.
Looking at I didn't realize that was the old Tim benchmark.
The GPU score, which I think is the most important thing, is 6,039. Tim has 6,239. Shellen has 7,422. Kirsty has, Kirsty's is the outdated wrong result, so we'll have to update that. Kyle's is 5,063.
And Brad's don't really matter.
Wasn't Christie's one just below yours or something?
That must be the outdated.
Brad's is 3,160.
Moving on.
On the CPU side, this got 7,210.
That's
Brad's got 2,400. Tim's got 6,239.
yeah.
That's close. Shellen got, where is it? 3,621. I have a first gen i7, so it's second gen. You're right. You have first gen. And then Kyle got a CPU score of 4,400. So we're gonna turn everything off now and try out the NVIDIA card they've given us. We've had a few interesting experiences at the cross-platform with gaming builds where we've noticed that sometimes hardware can underperform when using an Intel build with an AMD graphics card, or vice versa, an AMD board with an NVIDIA card. Not that there should be any link between the two, but we'd like to see how the board, RAM, and CPU bench with an NVIDIA card. Even though it's a much inferior NVIDIA card, it might allow the other components to perform better. So we'll see shortly. Now the overall the graphics score did go down, because it's a 1060. I mean, it would be much better with 1080, but we found the rest of the hardware sort of unlocked its potential a little bit. Userbench reported that the CPU was running in the below the.
I think it was like the 13th percentile with the Vega card, and it was about the 48th percentile or something with the NVIDIA card. So there's still a bit of tweaking that would need to be done, but just by swapping out the one card, the system as a whole improved a fair amount, obviously with that lower GPU score.
I'd really like to see this build with a Threadripper with the RX Vega. That would play well together. Alright, so we've finished all of the benchmarks, and overall it's a really decent machine. I really like the rig lineup. I like the entire Oasis Vision lineup. I think we're just going to go through what we've each found, or what we like, or maybe what could be improved on the overall build. Definitely the biggest difference on this particular build would be an NVMe drive. So we've now run the same benchmark, and the total pass mark score is at 7,000, with the drive score now around 13,000 or 12,900. The 3D score seems to be slightly higher with an NVMe drive as well. The whole machine just seems to perform a little bit better. The overall build quality I think is really awesome. I like the quality of the Silverstone chassis. I like the Oasis branding, Oasis Vision with the stickers at the back, components built in Taiwan and China but assembled in Harare, with the eSkill trading warranty stickers and product number with serial number, so if you were asset tagging or wanting to get insurance against it, it's a very solid build. The only thing I don't really like is the rig sticker. It could be improved a little bit, but the Oasis Vision branding itself is really awesome.
The one thing that I noticed, the bracket at the back for changing out your expansion cards, your graphics cards, etc. I don't know if maybe using some different screws would be a good idea, because you've got to basically completely disassemble all of your expansion cards just to open the bracket and swap something out.
Okay, so I really enjoyed the overall build quality. The RGB lighting on the board I think is fantastic. The cable layer, cable management Cable management is pretty well done. Yeah, overall it's people who use PCs have designed it, which is pretty nice.
And the external wireless antenna for the wireless card is a nice touch. It's magnetic, and it's got good speed from what we've seen, and it's better than a standard slot in the back wireless card with the antennas hidden from any actual.
Yeah.
Also stops the antennas getting tangled in all your display cables and whatever.
So we are going to take out the Mirage now. I think we'll do an overall review and show you the benchmark scores that we got from the Mirage.
This is the other model that we got to review from eScom. It is more of a compact business desktop. Got handles here to sort of carry around. It sucks air in the top and blows it straight out the bottom.
Aluminium chassis.
Complete aluminium chassis, yeah.
6 hot swap 2.5 inch bay drive bays.
Yeah. And lots and lots of USB ports.
We counted 10 USB 3 ports.
Yeah.
It's really sleek looking. It's a bit different having cables coming up the top, but it's a really nice sort of, I don't know, just a premium business design. Especially like the aluminium chassis.
This also comes with an external Wi-Fi card, similar to the rig, which is magnetic as well. So you can either stick it on the side or onto a windowsill or something that's close by.
I really like the Oasis Vision branding again with the Mirage label at the back, but I'm not a huge fan of this Mirage logo on the front. The Oasis Vision branding is definitely nice. Yeah, with the particular model stickers. Not too sure if I'm a fan.
For small computers, it's actually quite accessible. If you just open the side panel there, all the connections are right there. Pretty easy. Some of the small ones we've had in the past are
Quite an issue.
throw it away.
It does have a PCI Express slot with the short form factor, so you could put a 1050 Ti or something similar in here. This particular model hasn't got a card in it at the moment. It's 16 gigs of RAM, an i5-8500, 500 gig solid state drive, and 1 terabyte storage. We've already run Passmark. I'll put the results on screen below. The total score was 4,200, which takes Brad's place in fifth on overall gaming PC score. It's just above Brad's PC. The CPU score is 12,000, which is first place, well, second to the Mirage now, to the rig now, sorry. The drive, again, it's just a normal SSD, which is about 5,000 points, so it's second to Kyle. Again, an NVMe drive would be a huge upgrade in terms of storage speed for this machine. The 3D score, a little bit sad, 1,200. That's well below Brad, so it's an Intel card. With a 1050 Ti or something, a small form factor card, if we could get it in there, which I think we could, would make quite a big difference. It does have pretty good airflow, so I don't think there would be a heating issue. It's quite a nice design. And then the memory, I got a total score of almost 3,000, which is first place, probably just below the rig again. So overall, they're very high-end, premium built machines. And whether you're going for something from a gaming perspective, or you're just looking for a really decent quality machine for a business, especially maybe for directors, shareholders, or particularly offices where there's intensive graphics work, intensive multimedia type work. I mean, there's plenty of i7s, i5s, not really i9s, but the premium build aspect is not something you see a lot of, and locally manufactured with product IDs and warranty with a wide variety of hardware makes these a pretty awesome welcome addition to the Zimbabwean market.